You're listening to the TransformationCoach.me podcast, and I'm your host, Adam Shively. Let's get after it. Hello, my friends, and welcome to another episode of the TransformationCoach.me podcast. It's your buddy Adam. I am here, and I am ready to rock today. We've got another great show for you. Today, we're going to cover the 3 essential steps to help you conquer your transformation danger zones. You guys know that I am big on identifying, analyzing, and helping you prepare for those transformation danger zones. And this is a critical step in the transformation process. Breaking free of that black hole of fitness doom involves solving your danger zones, being able to look at past danger zones, being able to look into the future and plan for danger zones. And that is what we're going to focus on today. All right, get excited. Real quick, I want to give you guys a shout out. Great interaction with the new Transformed Livecast. I've been doing that on Facebook and Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on either of those, just check out TransformationCoach.me, just like the website, all one line, all connected. And every Tuesday night, I go live at 7:15 p.m. Eastern on Facebook and 7:30 p.m. Eastern on the Instagram, which you guys know is my jam. I love me some Instagram. It's crazy, right? I love interacting with you guys. I feel like it's really easy to get a hold of you guys and interact on the IG. So that has been going very well. I appreciate you guys checking those out. Great feedback on that. It's kind of like a mini version of the blog and podcast, and we dive into topics, and you get video. You get live video, which I talked about last week. You guys know that I don't edit the podcast, and you get what you get, which is sometimes great, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not so good. Like currently, my dog is asleep next to me. He is snoring louder than ever. Mr. Gus is a snorer. So if you hear anything weird in the background, it's just Mr. Gus, or it might be Miss Millie. Who knows? I have 2 100-pound Labradors that are snoring machines, and their favorite time to nap is during podcast recording time, of course. So anyway, on the live cast, you get me live, so all my silliness and mistakes are there with live video, which is awesome. Back to danger zones. Let's talk about these 3 essential steps to help you conquer your transformation danger zones. Again, this is a big deal. Those of you that have been plugged in for a while with the blog and with the podcast, you know I'm a big take action guy. So I've put together a pretty meaty 3-part process, and we're going to dig in. So I'm going to encourage you to take action with this. We've got some homework. We've got some downloads. But I feel like at the end of this process, you're really going to feel like you have one of those aha moments. That light bulb is going to go off over your head and say, okay, I can take action on this, and it's going to help. Hey, what the heck's going on? I don't know. There's an interruption. I'm going to interrupt myself just because I'm so excited. I've got something brand new. You guys have helped me out a bunch. So before we dive into the core topic today, I want to tell you about my brand new Transformed monthly coaching membership. You guys helped me so much with putting this together. I put a survey out there across social media with my email list, and I asked you guys some key questions. I said, what were your key danger zones that you have trouble solving? What coaching method and what techniques do you prefer? Do you prefer online videos? Do you prefer group strategy conference calls? Do you prefer email accountability that's daily, weekly, monthly? What type of time frame do you prefer? And we dug in with those questions, price ranges, all that stuff, and the feedback was totally, it just blew me away. You guys really gave me a lot there and said, this is exactly what we want. Now go and create it, big guy. And that's what I did. The Transformed monthly coaching membership is live. This is the first podcast that I have announced that in. That's why I decided to do a little interruption here. I apologize, but I'm just really, really excited about it. And the roster spots are already starting to fill up. There are limited roster spots for this because it is going to depend on how much time I have to put in the group strategy calls, or if I hook you up with one of my accountability coaches and they're working with you daily. We only have so many coaches, and they can only take so many people per each coach. So the way you get involved on this, you're just going to go to the website, www.transformationcoach.me, and you'll see the Transformed monthly coaching membership link right there. Check it out. There are 3 different membership levels depending, again, on what you prefer with price range, with how much attention you need, how specific type of help you need. So do you need me to design a whole program for you, or you just need some basic accountability and motivation? It's up to you. Check it out, and let's get to it. All right, back to the podcast. All right, my friends, let's dive into these 3 essential steps. And I did a little sneak attack here because within each step there are other steps, but there are really 3 core steps. I've got it all mapped out for you in the blog in case you need to follow along. Hopefully you guys aren't trying to take notes as you drive. I know a lot of you guys drive and listen or work out and listen. This may be another good one where you can follow back into the blog and go through some of the specific steps. I've got some tools and downloads that we'll talk about that I created specifically for this process. So step number 1, we need to identify and analyze our past danger zones. All right, my number 1 tool for this is called the Danger Zone Game Plan. There's a link to that to download it. It's free in the blog. So make sure that you check that out and follow along. It is a great tool, and it's going to be super helpful for this first step. So get that downloaded. You're going to follow along. And this is how it works, all right? You're going to identify any danger zone that has tripped you up in the past and document the specific parts of the situation that you can control, certain parts that you can't control. So you're going to dive deep and really define what the danger zone is all about. And this should be something that has, maybe you've done a program and then some sort of life stress happens and then you regained your weight. That would be the type of situation that we're looking for. So identify those things. Go back through the programs you've done anytime that you've lost weight and regained it, and identify those danger zones. That's step number 1 there. Now, we're also, with the Danger Zone Game Plan, you're going to make notes about what we can learn from the situation. As long as we learn something, we can turn this danger zone into an asset, and it's going to become a tool for future use and danger zone domination, because we say, all right, I made that mistake. How do I avoid that mistake next time? That puts another tool in our old toolbox, our transformation toolbox, and we can use that next time. All right, and then we just have to make a good decision. We'll get to that in a second. Now, the third part of the Danger Zone Game Plan is you're going to create 1 action step. All right, this should be sounding familiar to you loyal podcast listeners. You're going to create 1 action step to make sure that you are better prepared to face this danger zone if it pops up again. So that is the past danger zone analysis. That's the first step in our 3 essential steps to conquer your transformation danger zones. All right, step number 2 in this process is that, okay, so now we've got a better understanding of our past danger zones. We need to learn how to look into our future and plan ahead for potential danger zones that might pop up. My number 1 tool for this job is my battle plan workbook. Again, I'll put a link in the blog. I'll put a link in the show notes. Free download. It is my number 1 tool that I use with all of my coaching clients. And there is a lot to the battle plan workbook, but even if you just use the first few pages, I think there's like 2 or 3 pages that deal specifically with mapping out your danger zones over the next 4 weeks. If you just do that, you're going to have a huge advantage. All right, so download that workbook, and we're going to dig in. So the basic idea is to look ahead to the next 4 weeks in your calendar and identify any potential danger zones. So look ahead and say, all right, I've got a work meeting, I've got a vacation, kid's birthday, just extra work hours, low sleep hours, anything that could be a potential danger zone. And you're going to make notes on each one. We're going to do specific notes about those danger zones, so dates, anything, people that you're going to be around. Just really get specific with the situation so that we have it well defined, and that's just going to help you come up with your plan, because that's the next part of this. You're going to, again, come up with an action step to be better prepared for that danger zone when it hits. So if you're going on a vacation, you got to know, cheat bank, you got to know the people you're going to be around, healthy food, what kind of access you're going to have to just things like water. If you're going to a theme park, all right, am I going to be able to bring water in or not? So just think about at least 1 simple action step that you can take to be better prepared for that danger zone. So now we have gone back and analyzed past danger zones. Now we also have the ability to look forward and pick out and plan for future danger zones, all right, future danger zones. And now I'm going to give you kind of a filter to assess the situation. So this is the third essential step. I want you to be able to look and say, all right, have I really set myself up to win? All right, so the key filter, the key question that you need to ask yourself at this point, where you've got that danger zone and just making sure that you are fully prepared for it, is, have I broken this down to where it's just coming down to one simple decision? All right, so we get into big time trouble when we have too many decisions to make. I'm going to give you a quick example here. Let's say that, a common situation, you struggle with cheating on your diet in the evenings, and this is an identified danger zone. And, it's something where you do great during the day at work. People bring in pizza, cookies, brownies, whatever. No big deal. You handle it. But then when you get home, boom, willpower reserve is gone. And the kids are eating something. They want to order pizza. Boom, you eat pizza or whatever. You tend to fall off the wagon. Very, very common, again, for lots of people. And the thing is, we know 100% you're on a plan. You've done really well all day. We know that when you get home, you actually want to eat healthy. We know that. But most of the time, there are just too many decisions and too many stressors going on for you to tackle all at once. You're hungry. You're tired. Maybe you've had a stressful day. You got to get the kids fed, and then you have to make something separate for yourself that fits your plan. So, again, our goal here is to break it down to one simple decision. Just to set yourself up to succeed. We know this is a danger zone. We are planning ahead, and our goal is to break it down to where we say, I do this, I make this choice, which is good, or this choice, which is bad. And there aren't other choices in between. So we're going to set ourselves up to win in this situation. Our action steps need to be centered around meal prep. All right, so you have to have easy access to healthy food that you just have to heat up and then eat that. All right, so that will simplify this down to one decision, which is, do I want to eat healthy food or not? Because it's there, it's in your fridge, it is pre-prepped, pre-planned, it's on your plan. All you have to do is walk to the fridge 10 feet, heat it up, and you're good to go. All right, so that is what I'm talking about. So analyze your danger zone, analyze your game plan, and say, all right, have I broken this down to where I just have to make that choice, that one step of following the plan or not? And there's not going to be other little mini steps in between, like, oh, now I have to pick out which food I'm going to cook. And then now I have to find time to cook that healthy food. That's too many steps. All right, so simplify it down to that one simple decision. And the way that we win the game here is basically, how many good decisions do I make versus bad decisions in that moment? And this is where, this can be that tough. I could probably do a podcast. I probably will do a podcast, just a focused episode in the future on this topic of, okay, now we have to show up because I've broken it down. I've spent all this time analyzing, identifying, creating a plan for these danger zones. Now I've got to show up. In the moment, I've got to make a great decision. All right? So if you've kind of been halfway paying attention, the whole other part of the podcast, pay attention now, because this is critical. You have to show up. And this is when the pressure is on, and this is when some people crumble, and they find that their why or their motivation behind all this stuff isn't strong enough. Because if you have all this set up and it's just one simple decision of eat the healthy food that you've made or eat the bad food that's sitting out there on the table or whatever, when it comes down to that one simple decision and you don't show up and you just give in, that's on you. At some point, you've got to step up. You've got to own it, like I talk about. Own the moment and say, all right, I'm worth it. My goals are worth it. The why behind my goals are worth it. So I'm going to step up. I'm going to make this good decision because it's easy. I can do this. All right? So that's where you have to be in that moment. And it won't always be easy. You won't always make the best decision. Sometimes you'll give in, but we've got to get that ratio in our favor. More good versus bad. And that, my friends, is what will basically determine how fast your results go. All right? So the good versus bad ratio will determine how fast your results are. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a moment, my friends. I went to town on you. I haven't really dove in tough love mode for a while. So there you go. There you go, my friends. All right, so quick recap. Number one, go through that danger zone game plan. Identify past danger zones. Come up with a game plan for those. Step number two, use the battle plan workbook, learn how to look 4 weeks in advance. I wouldn't really worry about more than 4 weeks in advance because things change so often, but all those variables will be minimized within a 4-week gap versus a 6-month gap or a year gap. All right, so 4 weeks we can look at and game plan ahead for. So that's step number 2. Step number 3 is put your plan through that one question filter. Have I broken this down to where I only have one simple decision to make, where I have to step up, own it, own the moment, and say, yes, I will make the correct decision because I've set myself up to win. And then you kill it, you crush it, you own it, every meal, every workout, every day. I'm proud of you guys. Keep going strong. You've got this. I will see you on the next episode. Hey, I'm back. Real quick, this episode has been brought to you by my transformed monthly coaching membership. If you guys struggle with being consistent with your nutrition and fitness plan, or if you're one of those people that really just struggles with losing weight, regaining, I need you to check this out because I think I've got the answer. All right, I've been working hard on this. I've surveyed everybody in my email list, my social media platforms, and I asked you to help me design the perfect program to conquer these types of danger zones. All right, I asked you what type of coaching you want. Is it online coaching, videos, group conference strategy calls, or one-on-one email systems where you are just accountable every day to your plan? And you guys answered. I've developed a program that I think you'll be very, very happy with. I've got 3 membership level options. And here's the thing though, guys, the rosters are filling up, and once they are full, and you're gonna have to be put on a wait list. So if you go to the website, www.transformationcoach.me, you can check out the membership options. If one of the rosters is full for our basic, elite, or prime memberships, if one of those fills up, then we will just leave a note there where you have the option to get on a wait list. Otherwise, jump on it while you can. There's no reason to continue to be trapped in that black hole of fitness doom where you start a new program, you get initial results. Life happens, it throws you a curveball, we crash and burn, go back to the start. And round we go. Will we ever get results? Nobody knows, but probably not, right? And I want to help you through that. I know that with these membership options, I can help you get better results from any program. And if you need a specific program to follow, we can do that too. So check it out. Go to the website and let me know what you think. I'd love to get my hands on you and help you out. I will see you inside the course.